Hi, this is Devin Kharod, a chemical engineer by profession, going to continue our today's topic, fire tube boiler. Now, what is that? What is key learning? Fire tube boiler definition. A fire tube boiler is a boiler system that heats water by passing hot gases through tube immersed in water, generating steam. Core components include the furnace of burning fuel, the fire tube for passing gases, and steam dome for collecting steam. Operational mechanism: heat water by transferring heat from hot gases through the tube wall, producing steam at variable pressure and temperature. Boiler type ranges from Cochrane to Stotch marine boiler, each varying in design capacity and pressure capability. Practical use: employed across various sectors, heating small-scale power generation and industrial process steam. A fire tube boiler is a type of boiler that uses hot gases from a fire to heat water inside a series of tubes. The tubes are surrounded by water in a sealed container. The heat from the gases transfers through wall of tube by thermal conduction, creating a steam that can be used various purposes. Fire tube boilers are one of the oldest and most basic type of boiler. They were widely used 18th and 19th century, especially for steam locomotive and other steam engine. Today, fire tube boilers are still used for some industrial and commercial applications, such as heating, power generation, and process steam. What is fire tube boiler? A fire tube boiler is defined a boiler that consists a sealed container filled with water and series of tubes that run through it. The tube carry hot gases from a fire, usually fueled by coal, oil, and gas that heat the water and generate steam. The main component of fire tube boiler are furnace, a chamber where the fuel is burned to produce hot gases. Fire tube, the tube that carry hot gases from the furnace to smoke box. A smoke box, a chamber where hot gases are collected and vented out through the chimney. Steam dome, a upper part of boiler where steam is collected and distributed to outlet. Superheater, a optional device that further heat the steam to make it dry and superheated. Grate, the platform where the fuel is placed for burning. Feed water inlet, the pipe that supply water to the boiler. Steam outlet, the pipe that delivers steam to desired location. The operation of fire tube boiler is simple and straightforward. Fuel is burned in the furnace, creating hot gases that pass through fire tube. The heat from the gases transfer the water surrounding tube, raising its temperature and pressure. The steam then rises the steam dome, where it can be taken out various purposes. Water is replenished by the feed water inlet. The steam pressure and temperature vary with boiler size, design, and fuel use. Typical fire tube boiler generates steam low to medium pressure, 17.5 bar, and capacity up to 9 metric tons per hour. A key drawback of fire tube boiler is a limited capacity for higher pressure, high capacity steam. They have single vessel, both water and steam, complicating the pressure and temperature control. Additionally, the risk explosion of the vessel rupture from excessive pressure or damage. Air and fuel, light fuel oil and methane gas are fed into furnace by burning. Air fuel mixture is ignited by igniter and combustion begins. Heat from combustion is transferred immediately to the furnace wall and the surrounded water between 40 to 60% all heat generated in the boiler will transfer the water from the furnace, with remainder being transferred the water via tube. The furnace represents the first pass through the boiler. Exhaust gases from the combustion can travel first reversal chamber. The gas exit reversal chamber and then enter second tube pass, second reversal chamber, third tube pass, smoke box, and finally the chimney. Water is heated by heat from the combustion and resultant exhaust gases. As the water in cell is heated, steam is liberated at the top of the boiler cell. Steam continues to accumulate until the desired pressure and temperature are reached. Now, types of fire tube boiler. They are locomotive of the furnace. There are two main categories of fire tube boiler based on location of the furnace: external furnace and internal furnace. External furnace boiler have their furnace outside the main vessel, where internal furnace boiler have their furnace inside attached to it. Orientation of the boiler axis. There are two main categories: fire tube boiler based on orientation, horizontal and vertical. Horizontal boiler have their axis parallel to the ground, while vertical boiler have their axis perpendicular to it. Number and shape of the fire tube. There are various types of fire tube boiler based on number and shape of their fire tube, such as single tube, multi-tube, straight tube, bend tube, etc. Now, Cochrane boiler. A Cochrane boiler is a type of vertical fire tube boiler that has cylindrical cell with a dome-shaped top. It has more fire tube than the run along with its length. It also has external furnace that can either coal fire or oil fire. A Cochrane boiler produces low pressure steam up to 10.5 bar and low capacity up to 3500 kg per hour. It's compact in size, easy to operate. It is mainly used small scale industries applications such as heating, power generation and process steam. Now, Cornish boiler. Cornish boiler type horizontal fire tube boiler that has long cylindrical cell, single large fuel contained the fire. It has simple design, lower maintenance cost. It produces medium pressure up to 12 bar and medium capacity means up to 6500 kg per hour. Cornish boilers are widely used in steam engine in mining industries. It is similar Lancashire boiler but has only one flue instead of two. Locomotive boiler. A locomotive boiler is a type of horizontal fire tube boiler that has internal furnace and large number of the fire tube. It also has extension 1 and called firebox, which houses the grate and provide an extra heating surface area. It also has superheater that increases temperature, dryness of the steam. A locomotive boiler can produce higher pressure steam up to 25 bar and high capacity up to 9000 kg per hour. It's fast in steaming up and responsive load changes. It is widely used powering steam locomotive until they were replaced by diesel and electric engine. Now, Stowage marine boiler. A stowage marine boiler is a type of horizontal fire tube boiler that has one or more large cylindrical cells contain two or more furnace, several fire tube. It also has external wetback chamber and improve efficiency, reduces its weight. A stowage marine boiler produces higher pressure steam and higher capacity, is robust in construction, suitable for marine applications such as heating, power generation and propulsion. Now, advantage of the fire tube boiler. Their design and construction are straightforward. They are cheaper than the water tube boiler. They handle fluctuation in the steam demand easily. They have low operating cost and maintenance cost. They have good safety record due to lower pressure operations. Disadvantage of the fire tube boiler. They have limited ability to produce high pressure and high capacity steam. Compared to water tube boiler, their efficiency is low. They have long startup time and slow response to load changes. They have large water volume and require more space. They have high risk of explosion due to vessel rupture or damage. Now, application of the fire tube boiler. Application. They are used fire tube boiler widely. They are heating. The fire tube boiler are used domestic and industrial heating purpose, such space heating, water heating, air conditioning, etc. Power generation. Fire tube boiler are used small scale power generation plant. Now, plant biomass plant, waste heat recovery plant, etc. Process steam. Fire tube boiler are used providing process steam various industries such as food processing, textile manufacturing, chemical production, etc. Marine. Fire tube boiler are used marine application, ship propulsion system, auxiliary engine, auxiliary boiler, etc. Fire tube boiler, also known smoke tube boiler, they are most common type of industrial boiler employed today. Compared to water tube boiler, they are much more suitable smaller plant application because they can better cope and sudden high demand steam fluctuations. Now, combustion occur with a furnace, exit gases, flue gases passing through series of boiler tube prior existing through chimney. Because of exit gases passes through tube submerged in water, boiler is referred fire or smoke tube boiler. Water tube boiler have tube full of water. They are surrounded by exit gases. Example, opposite of a fire tube boiler configurations. Now cell. Many of fire tube boiler parts are housed within long cylindrical cell that serve pressure vessel. The cell is full of water with space top of the steam liberation. Tubes. Tube pass one end of the cell to the other. It may occur multiple times. Cell and tube may install in a vertical and horizontal orientation, although vertical orientation is a less common. Several tubes may have thicker diameter than the standard tube. The tube referred stay tube. Stay tube reduces mechanical stress placed on tube seat. The boiler is pressurized. Stay bar. They also be used for this purpose. Furnace. A furnace combustion occurs. The place where highest temperature boiler are reached. Furnace are usually corrugated to increase the mechanical strength, along with non-corrugated furnace are not uncommon. Tube seat. Tube seat are used. Both ends seal and provide a place for mounting tube. Tube seat usually a connected cell via stay bar. Burner. Fuel air and heat must be supplied the furnace in order to achieve combustion. Fuel and air fed the furnace by burner. A sources of ignition provided igniter similar to spark plug but bigger. The typical fuel include high fuel oil, methane gas, all through other available. The front of boiler located where burner is mounted. Now reversal chamber. There are many single, multiple reversal chamber. Reversal chamber changes direction, exit gases and exit one pass directed to another. Reversal chamber located from the burner, rear reversal chamber. While they are closest burner via front smoke box. The smoke box are the final part boiler that exit gas pass through before exiting from the chimney. Now, its conclusion. Fire tube boiler are one of the oldest type of boiler. They use hot gases from a fire to heat the water inside series of tube. They have various type of based on different criteria such as location of the furnace, orientation, axis number, shape of tube, have some advantage over water tube boiler, also some disadvantage. They are mainly used medium pressure and capacity applications various sectors. Okay guys, this is up to our today's topic, fire tube boiler. I hope you get sufficient knowledge after watching this video. Next Sunday, we have covered some another chemical engineering topics. Till then, goodbye. Do take good care of yourself.